Greetings, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I am Tyler Ellison, and in today's video, we are going to be exploring the astrological powers and influences connected to our date of April 29th, 2024. So, this is going to be a day that is largely connected to a rather malefic star. Our star is Al-Bali. This is a star that is attributed with wasting, deterioration, a devouring force, a devouring power, the ability to decrease and diminish, and the power of separation and divorce. It's a brutal star, and that's amazing because it represents the powers of death. If you recall, our previous day of the 28th, we were working with Alpha Prima, and we were also working with Dabi. And these are stars of liberation, releasing the past, letting go of the old, and freeing ourselves. And here with All Body, that's right, All Body, with All Body, we have the furthering of that decay, the furthering of that decomposition of what no longer serves us. So this is not a star to be feared, it's a star to be appreciated. The powers of death keep us alive. We must remember this. If we did not have the power of death in our bodies at all times, the old sick cells that become disease would continue to grow. Through the process of apoptosis, our immune system destroys these diseased cells, annihilates them through fasting and what is sometimes referred to as autophagy. Our body eats and breaks down the old sick cells and replaces them through the power of the stem cells. So the powers of death are necessary. They are also the powers of life. We must keep that in mind. Death is not a final point. Death is a door to another birth, be that a spiritual birth or be that a birth into another body. The choice is yours. Both are fine. Now, let's go into the reasons for invoking this star. Why would you invoke Al-Badi? What is the purpose? Well, if you were a black magician, you could use this to really do some harm to your enemies, their health, their finances, their successes. You could really mess with somebody. So I don't advise people practice black magic. Sometimes it's necessary. There are magical wars that take place. Sometimes there are situations where a person's being oppressed and they need to defend themselves. Black magic comes in handy, especially if light and love, for whatever reason, is not enough to transform the aggression of the enemy. And sometimes that can happen. Sometimes people are very stubborn. You admit the positive frequencies, but they don't want to budge. They see it as weakness. Of course, we encourage our listeners not to form relationships with such people. But if you are in that type of harmful relationship and you need to defend yourself, you could use this star for that. But you could also use this star to further the decaying process and the elimination process of the old karmas and old negativities within. So you can use this star auspiciously for self-improvement. And there are actual auspicious dimensions to Al-Badi. One of them being to join together with friends and to increase profits, to actually increase your sales, your financial successes. Now, there is a word of caution. Al-Badi does have a reputation of creating gains and profits at the expense of someone else's loss. Now, how real that is uncertain. Sometimes we don't always see the consequences of magical workings and manifestations. Sometimes we just summon things and hope for the best. So you can use this star to grow your business, to promote your programs, to increase your sales. That is seen as an auspicious way to use it. Be aware of the disclaimer that I gave. How alive that is in our day and age will probably depend on your karma and the nature of the commerce that you are a part of. Now let's get into the numerological powers and the tarot cards for this day of the 29th. So we have the power of 5 as our power of the day. Numerically, 5 is the Martian number. This is a number of protection, it is a number of destruction, and it's a number of energy. So the powers of destruction will be particularly active this day, but you will also receive energy to create the new life, the new path that you are destined to walk. The tarot card of this day is the Hanged Man, a rather psychedelic tarot card because you can flip the card upside down and the hangman is now hanging upwardly, and it creates an entirely different perspective and image in relationship to our sense of reality. The hangman represents being in a challenging situation yet not being fazed by it. You may notice in the tarot card the hangman is upside down, yet he is smirking slightly, as if he does not mind that he is upside down. And this is again a reference to the powers of death and destruction being necessary. It's a part of our process. We can be like little children and cower when there is lightning and thunder in the environment, or we can be adults and recognize these are the forces that are a part of our existence. We have to live with them, we have to accept them, we have to integrate them. So use these powers auspiciously, use these powers to your advantage. The power of the Hanged Man is the power of perseverance, the ability to be in a challenging situation, no matter the duration, and to be able to maintain your patience, your peace, and your center point, regardless of circumstance. The power of the Hanged Man is also the power to access the deeper levels of the subconscious mind, so being able to understand your dreams, being able to understand your visions, being able to understand your deep subconscious yearnings and longings. So you have a lot of wonderful and interesting and potent powers to explore this day. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, share the video, and you will help the world to know of the stellar, numerological, and tarot-based influences connected to our ever-shifting, ever-changing here and now. So my friends, I wish you all the best. Be well. I will see you for our next video tomorrow. Take care.